that much time into doing it, but that's what you gotta do when you're on that kind of project, because the war lasted for 3 years, the 4 years. So the 1914 and it ended started in 1914 and ended 1918. So yeah, that's 4 years, and right now he's on his second year because it's 2015, and the second year of the war was 1915. So that's where he is. He talked about the week of June. Let's see. I know June. I think it's June 11th. I forgot exactly which day. It was Monday. I can't look at the calendar now because it's the middle of this. But he talked about this week and stuff like that. I didn't get up to the episode of this week because I'm like weeks behind. But when I catch up, eventually I get to the point where I'll see things that actually did happen this week, and that'll be pretty cool. It's interesting to see the incompetence people had at conducting what was known back then as a modern war. Because back in the day, before World War One, wars were conducted differently. Back in the day, they didn't have all these different defensive weapons like a fixed-mounted machine gun. They didn't have the Maxim gun back in the earlier days of European conflicts, like in the 1870s or 1880s. Sure, there was conflict, and England had some experience with colonial troubles, so they're the only ones who really know what they're doing in the beginning of the war. But really, no one else had any of that kind of experience, or any experience whatsoever. Everyone from the top to bottom had no experience until World War One started, and then shit hit the fan. Tons of people just died because of using tactics they probably learned in military school, and all of them are out of date by the time World War One started. So
autopilot mode disabled.
if I could try to hit this guy. Oh, never mind. So yeah, all of the tactics they probably learned back in the day when they were learning how to conduct armies and all that. If they learned it in some sort of classroom environment, I'm pretty sure they did, but no one really talks about like how they learned in how they were when they were learning this stuff for the first time in class. But I'm pretty sure that when they were learning how to conduct war, it could have been a long time ago when they learned, and even if they learned it, fresh, like if you're just became a general or something, some high-ranking commander back in the early days of World War One. Generally they wouldn't teach you anything that wasn't established. Like, they'll tell you, oh, you have to walk in perfect lines, and you have ranks and files, and Napoleonic tactics, pretty much. Kind of stuff that Napoleon did like 100 years ago, were the kind of tactics that people knew about back in the back in the early 1900s, and did not know really anything beyond that. And it really wasn't until later in the war when tons of people died before they realized what just happened and what they can do to fix it. And it's a shame that it really had to cost so many lives in order for them to really get their act together first. You know, and they all think it was going to be a quick war. It's like, oh, it's going to be under Christmas. And it is true. They all thought that. I didn't do so well last battle. They all thought this war was going to be a short war. And World War One ended up being a very long and costly war. Hundreds of millions of people. Yeah, let's see. Millions of people died in this war, and then hundreds of thousands can be dead in seconds. You have a huge wave of people coming in, and all of a sudden, someone's planted their machine gun down, did a little trench, and then started mowing them down, and there's a huge tragedy, and that's how the beginning of the war was. If you go down and then just charging at the enemy, and then the enemy just sits down and plants a machine gun there, the enemy will have the advantage because clearly they have a machine gun and they could just mow down everyone in front of them faster than anyone can react with their rifles. That's just how it is, and that's how it was back then. Maybe if they had more snipers, maybe they could have just shot them from a further distance and picked off the machine gunners from a longer distance. I don't know, but this is how it was in the beginning of the war, and defensive technology was miles ahead of any other technology back then because they didn't have machine guns that they can carry back then. For the most part, if you had a machine gun, you're fixed there. You're like a sniper in a way. It's not like being the heavy from I don't think it's that far away. I gotta shoot over here. And like being the heavy, well, in Team Fortress 2, when you're in World War I, when you were fighting a machine gun, you had to be in one spot. You're more like the sniper from Team Fortress 2. Yeah, like a big bulky guy. Is rushing down a guy with the sandwich and starts, shooting away at people and mowing them down in front of you. If you wanted to use a machine gun, you had to be huddled in a trench, and the enemy is going to be in front of you, and you just shoot and start mowing them down. But you can't carry it. Because machine guns back then were very heavy, they're very big, they're very heavy, and that let me try to focus on the battle here, because I get my ass kicked handed to me right now, and I don't want that to continue happening. But I have no choice, really. No matter. Come on. I really hate when I get on fire and then I just can't get the fire. Oh, they are.
Autopilot mode disabled.
Luckily, can at least dodge most of them.
We're fighting quickly.
I just can't repair it though. Must have been from that guy. You know, people turn around and annoy me because you expect them to be in a certain location, but they end up just turning and then just not in the right location you want them to be. God damn it. Like, what am I, the only person here? I probably am. And everyone seems to like, hey, come over there. You know, it's not the last time I'm gonna listen to anybody.
Problem solved, sir.
Alright, now you decide to speed up. Nope. Me heading towards
Autopilot mode enabled.
island here. Let me get out of there.
Main turret critically damaged.
If I join up with these guys, maybe. And it looks like we're doing good. Like, no one died yet. No one from our team died yet. But, because a couple of theirs died, but,
Waypoint reached. Autopilot mode disabled.
okay, where am I headed? Okay, I'm not really headed towards anything, really.
Autopilot mode enabled.
See, where are they? New York? Okay. I'm a tier ahead of him. Since I upgrade my guns a bit and reloading, what the hell is this guy doing? Turn around, you idiot! It hit me! Or something. Alright, good. He didn't hit me. Who's that?
Waypoint reached. Destination reached.
Okay, this USS New York is not gonna live much longer. I don't know who's ahead of me, but wherever it is, I don't want to meet it. What?
Problem solved, sir.
Oh well. It looks like we're gonna win anyway, so whatever credits we're gonna get from this battle, we're gonna definitely win. And it looks like we just destroyed one of there are one and only aircraft carrier left. So that's good to see. And we're definitely gonna win that battle, but I'm not gonna live to see it. Oh well. Let's see here. Do I have enough? Looks like I might have enough credits for that. Let's see. For the that cruiser that we want. Yeah, I'm talking about the Cleveland. And do we have enough? No, I need another 129,000. I see. So I need 1,120,000 credits. I see. So let's see what happens to the Fuso. I'll go play one of the Ashikaze because it'd be interesting to show you. I haven't really shown you a lot of footage of this ship, and let's see what I can do with this little guy.
Battle starts.
And when I say little, I mean little. You know,
Autopilot mode enabled.
I am in a destroyer, and the destroyers are really um, are really small. Like I could say cruisers and destroyers are both glass cannons, and I think more so the destroyer, because the one thing about the destroyer is the fact that they really don't have any defense. They have no armor, and but they have good torpedoes. Now, what we can say about them? The destroyers have really good torpedoes. They go far away, and they do a lot of damage. I don't 100% I didn't really look at the range of this destroyer, but I think it's close to 10 kilometers. But we'll see. I'm gonna go towards B. And let's see how we do.